star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
To celebrate our nation, that was Skylar Cole with tonight's national anthem performance.
I'm just saying, I make this in 2 days. It is evident I do better when I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Can I stop and pocket profit every morning? Pussy me. He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sediment. Catch me early like Sunday school. Sunday school. Pastor play with the fool. Yeah, I just keep it cool. He tell me dirty. Ask for my dirty money. Talking wash away my sins like Jesus opened the laundry.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And joining us from the sidelines is David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Zach LaVine.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Tyrese Maxey out there with Gordon. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then it's Paul George. And it's Yabusele in at the 4. And for Chicago, the guard set is White alongside LaVine. Williams is out there with D. And it's Lofton in at 7. And putting his opponents on notice. MV recently talked about winning his individual matchups, but not at the expense of the team. Some high-level goals indeed, guys.
And so far, so good, right? I know it's early in the process, but MP has taken his own words to heart. He's beating his man at both ends, which gives their team an advantage. So if the rest of his teammates can just hold their own, they're going to win a lot more games.
And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
All right, let's hand it over to David Aldridge, who has a report on MP.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, as you know, Embiid will be in a big-time battle down low tonight. The told me pregame, I know I have to perform tonight. We match up pretty well, but I'm ready to bring a little something extra. This should be a fun one watching them compete. Guys?
When he says that, bringing something extra, I am there. We'll be monitoring that closely. D. And Embiid pulls it down.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Outside Gordon. Right side George. Here's Maxey. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Embiid with the steal. To the middle. Here's Gordon. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's D. We saw him with 29 points last game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Maxey.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Chicago shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. Both good from the line that time. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Cleveland.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Gordon, the pass to Yabusele. From deep, George. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And here at the midway point of the season, the perfect time to check out the rookie rankings. Who will be the NBA Rookie of the Year? Some great young players. And you look at D. Well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
This is just a special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
Well, no debate here. He's running away with it and looks poised for big things to come.
Baseline jumper. Lofton's shot is good. And that ties it up.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Now, here's Maxey. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland. Stripped it away. White the pass to Williams. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Here's D. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what D he's faced with. He averages about 31.5 points a game.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Pass to Yabusele. Back to George. Will it go? He can't get it to go. Some solid defense there from D. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. He thinks Tyrese Maxey is a guy they have to watch. He said he reads the floor well and understands situational basketball. Defensively, it's tough to speed him up or slow him down. He really plays at his own pace, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Chicago making some changes. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Patrick Williams. Josh Giddey comes in for Levine, and it's Lonzo Ball in for White. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Drummond's checked in. Now, here's George. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. And it's Ball in the corner. Lets it go from deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And Drummond kicks to Maxey. Pass to Yabusele. Clock at 4. The 76ers need to get off a shot for 3. Gordon. That shot misses. Chicago leading by 9. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Here's D, defended by George, and stolen by Drummond. George with the ball. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, the Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio. Along with the great value signings around the edges, Philly is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big three.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
And so in the game for the 76ers, inside for him, it's Martin next to Embiid. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Council in at the 2. Philadelphia shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. High post, Embiid. Shot clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And it's D missing.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
3-pointer, Martin. The rebound by D. D's got 4 rebounds in this game. Craig finds Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
From the baseline. Embiid, no good. Chicago leading by 4. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. No good on the outside try from D. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, D in that last outing against the Warriors was superb. He added 29 points, and you love what he gives his team at both ends. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Oubre outside. Off target from three-point range. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And you were just talking about this, Coach. Patrick Williams, a guy with loads of potential.
Yeah, Kevin, he's had to deal with a lot of injuries here early in his career. Sometimes he tends to disappear in games, but when he's got it going, this guy has a chance to be a really good 3-and-D player.
It'll be fun to see where he takes his game. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Down low. Fade away. Embiid, no good.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Pass to Dosunmu. Williams dishes to Carter.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to talk to his guys. Chicago making some changes. Hawkins checked in, and Zach LaVine subbed in for Dosunmu. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Here's D, defended by George. They set the pick. D passes to Lofton. The kick out to Ball. Here's D. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Pass to Embiid. Shoots a fader. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
And Embiid practices these shots all the time, which is why he's so good from this area.
Here's D, defended by George. And he comes up with the deuce. And 12 points for D.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Here's Gordon. Pass to Maxey. 1:49 left now here in the second. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Maxey's got 9 points. Chicago leading. LaVine kicks the ball. Here's D, defended by George. There's a screen. And Ball is good for 3. Ball's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, I tell you, it's unorthodox to watch, but Ball shoots the ball with tremendous rhythm and confidence from beyond.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Josh Giddey's checked in for Chicago. Drummond's checked in for the 76ers. That's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Bulls lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
The NBA has a lot of great athletes, but if you look up and down this list, you see some of the most athletic guys in the world at any sport.
Yeah, there's a beauty to just watching these guys fly. Let's switch gears to the Chicago Bulls. They're in a tight one after the first half.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were with that analysis, Chet. Well done.
Yeah, instead of rambling on like usual.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing tremendous gameplay from D.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
The guard set is White alongside Levine. D out there with Patrick Williams. And it's Lofton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. George against Levine. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D there from George. The 76ers lead. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise is
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Chicago's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
D passes to Levine. Here's D. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. It's a one-point game. Puts up a 3. It's tipped. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much. Stolen by George. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
He's a tough player. It's why Gordon's been one of the best role players in the league his entire career.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for the Bulls. Horton Tucker comes in for Levine. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
76ers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Maxey against White. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Craig. Takes the three. Connects from three-point range. Tucker's got 5 points so far. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
George looking over the floor. And the basket by Embiid.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Pass to D. Stolen by George. Driving the lane, and it's George finishing it off.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
And here is Craig. Here's D. He's got 16. Here's Lofton. That shot off. Good D by Embiid. On the wing, Gordon. Defended by Horton Tucker. No good there. Chicago's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Count it.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes for Chicago. Josh Giddey comes in for Torrey Craig. And Ball subbed in for Kobe White. The 76ers also with a sub. Kelly Oubre's checked in for George. And they double up Maxey. Oubre passes to Embiid. Oubre kicks to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Ball with it. Maxey covering. Here's D. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Here's Maxey. 12 points for him. Outside Gordon. Ball against Maxey. Got a hand on it.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this year.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Pass to Yabusele. Now here's Gordon. Oubre outside. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the 76ers. Drummond's checked in for Embiid. Caleb Martin comes in for Yabusele. And it's Jackson in for Gordon. And both free throws good for Oubre. So it's Chicago now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. They set the pick. D passes to Lofton. Here's D. Outside, Ball. 5 to shoot. Pass to D. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. 25 points for D.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Jackson setting the pick here for Maxey. Now here is Martin. Not a lot of room. And he gets the bucket.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Horton Tucker, the pass to D. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That'll be his second foul of the game. Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Horton Tucker.
Patrick Williams.
Here's D. He's got 25. Good D by Drummond.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Maxey. He's got 12. To the paint. Outside for Martin. No good. That would have tied it. 3/4 of play in a close game here. The Bulls on top, leading by 3. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at the 76ers. Inside for him, it's Martin next to Embiid. Oubre out there with Jackson. And it's Council in at the small forward position. And it's D missing. The 76ers trail by 3. Inside, here's Martin. Rebound collected by LaVine.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Martin. Plenty of space. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Martin's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Philadelphia. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's D, covered by Martin. Here's D, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done to take the lead, and Paul with the block.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Fades and shoots. Oubre can't get it to go.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Here's D. Shoots it. And it's good off the bad rim and in. D's got 27. The 76ers trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. It's deflected. Here's D, covered by Martin. D passes to Williams. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Council. Shot clock at 5. Jackson against Ball. Jackson misses. Bulls leading by 3. Here's D. Out to White. From deep. Rebound by the 76ers. To the inside. Here's Martin. That one, no good. Great tee that time from D. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Can't hit the free throw line jump. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the 76ers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Bulls making a switch here. Lofton's checked in. Pass to D. Fires from the wing. Good. Nothing but net. D's got 17 points here in the second half. The 76ers trail by 5. Here's Yabusele. And here's Embiid. To end the drought. Count that one.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
Right the pass to D. It's hauled in by Paul George. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Now Embiid. Maxey passes to Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Well, no question. Joel Embiid is page 1 on the scouting report. Maybe page 2 and 3 as well. He is a handful.
Here's D.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Back to White. Takes a 3. Carries it from 3-point range. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Important points right there from White, showing he wants more responsibility over time.
Sure. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. It's good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And also the hustle showing through with all those steals. You're not giving much breathing room for the offense to operate.
Balls checked in for Kobe White. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
Shoot.
1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Levine. Paul George grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 6. Maxey on the wing to the paint. Yabusele kicks to Maxey. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Paul George.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Pass to Lofton. Embiid with the steal. Now Gordon. Yabusele passes to George. It drops. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
To take the lead. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's D. Outside Williams. Here's D. Spears it from outside.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 4. And what's their best move at this point?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he told his guys they can do this. In the huddle, he said, we've been here before and come back. So we know we can do this. We just have to believe. Inspiring words. We'll see if they live up to them. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The length and quickness of George is so difficult to guard against. That really compromises the defense, forcing them to foul.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he does get the second one. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
First free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 4. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Embiid sets the pick for George. The 76ers with another miss. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
13 foul. At the line for Chicago.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Outside, George. Over Levine. Open jump shot off the mark. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Another game, another win. Good game. Back to work tomorrow. Solid effort tonight on both ends. These fans make a lot of noise. Let's quiet them down.
Everybody stand up if you ever had your back against the wall and had to fight back. It's your anthem. My view from the top of the moon. I can see the wall. Sand in my hands and my water. We finna break the rules. And we gon' make them too. I can't fall asleep, I gotta stand tall. That's what the leader do. Follow me, I'm leading you. And we finna turn up. Crank up the heat in here, they finna burn up. Turn on, come on here. Tell me that time. I said it once, I'ma say it again. They send me my ear. I ain't gon' show no feeling. I know that I'm doing it too cool. For what God want me to do. When I can do it, you don't know where I'ma lose. I hate to struggle with it, made me harder. I made it far, but I wanna go farther. This not for me. This for my son and my daughter. My favorite and treating it harder. I'm the chosen one, I'm wearing a jacket. I was down, now I was up on the dog. Now look at me laughing. I'm better than you guys. The champions. The champions. And we gon' bow, never fall. The champions. 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 And we gon' bow, never fall. I put my head up until the crown.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you are having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word something along with your issue and seat location to 55555. A member of our guest relations team will respond immediately. Don't forget, coming up is Celtics Mascot Penance Day. The first men's volleyball game to receive this special Celtics Mascot Pennant. Take your penny to school or to basketball fan and show your Celtics pride. Fans want your own Celtics backpack? Then be here for a Celtics.
Great to have you with us. We are set to get you over the hump this Wednesday night with another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Zach LaVine.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
And the starting group for Chicago. White and Levine pair up in the backcourt. Drew Eubanks out there with Williams. And it's D in at the 3. And for the Celtics, the perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. This is that grinded out part of the year, Grant. Everyone just fighting through it.
No question, B.A. And it's not just physically exhausting. You're trying to focus on every game, every possession. This is where your leaders can help keep everyone focused.
And so off the tip, it'll be the Bulls. And while MP is all about team success, he's trying to win his matchup every single night with an eye towards showing that perhaps he's been underrated.
And truthfully, MP has looked like he's just on another level in recent matchups, outperforming his opponent and excelling in his position. In terms of rising to the challenge he set for himself, this may have been the focus MP needed to take his game to the next level.
And stolen by Brown. 2 points. That one goes.
I love seeing Brown get it done inside. He's more than just a jump shooter.
And he lobs it up top. Brown with the steal. Outside White. The three-pointer off the mark. White against Brown. It's Williams. High post. First quarter, just over a minute played. Outside Levine. 5 to shoot. A deep 3. Porzingis grabs the board.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Here's D. Last time, 45 points for him. Good.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Down low. Taken away. And a fast break now for the Bulls. And he lobs it up. And stolen by Brown. They've got numbers. Launches it. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Brown. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
Now here's Tatum. Big-time offensive force he's been. He's averaging just over 31 a game. Brown finds White. The kick to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Fires top of the key, and he hits the jump shot.
Over the years, Tatum has limited the amount of mid-range jumpers that he takes, but it is still a natural part of his game.
Here's D. And that one comes up a bit short.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
Tatum from long range. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Tatum's got 5 now.
With his touch, Tatum's a threat from anywhere.
Here's D, defended by Brown. To win the run, Porzingis grabs the board.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You take a look at the Celtics. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
When I look at Chicago, they've exceeded expectations, and that's still putting it lightly. They're playing fantastic ball and are very dangerous.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against the Nuggets was outstanding. He scored 45 points, and he didn't waste any of his chances, putting up an impressive field goal percentage. A virtuoso performance that will be remembered for a very long time. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Brown can't hit. Bulls trail by 7. Inside. Here's Williams. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Brown. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
D can't get it to go.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they're trailing in this ball game.
Outside Holiday. Pass to White. Now here's Tatum. Williams defending. Outside Tatum. And he can't get that one.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Here's D. He's covered by Holiday. Here's Levine for 3. Sinks it from distance.
Give props to Levine. He continues to extend his range, becoming a sharpshooter in this league.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Kornet's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. And there's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Hauser. Takes a 3. And it's Chicago with a board. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity could have gone a long way.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night,
Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, guys, teams are all grappling with this new CBA, especially the dreaded second apron. Fans possibly unclear on what it means. Honestly, even front offices are still navigating the complexities of the new restrictions. But basically, it has become harder for teams to spend big and acquire new players under the current systems. We'll see, guys, how this impacts everyone moving forward.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Luke Kornet. Then there's Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. D. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. D's got 7 points in the game.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Pass to Tatum. Tatum barreling in. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
2 extra loud points there by Jason Tatum, sending a message.
DeSumo outside. They set the screen. The 3 ball. Out to Craig. Now here's DeSumo. Goes back up. D gets the bucket. D's got 4 points this quarter. For Boston, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. Pass to Horford. Here's Hauser. Screen by Horford. Here's Hauser. Still without a bucket. Here's Kornet. Eubanks defending. 5 on the clock. Cornette and post. Eubanks is there. Some solid D from Eubanks. Here's D. And the layup is good off the glass. 11 points in the game. Boston trailing. One thing you can say about Boston, Graham, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Porzingis is checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Hauser. Kobe White, he's checked in for Chicago. Three-pointer, Holiday. No good that time. The Bulls have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. D gets the bucket. And now a 4-point Bulls lead.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
On the wing, Tatum. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And a big part of that was his aggressiveness, drawing contact and getting to the line.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
Dosunmu outside. Pass to D. From downtown. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Holiday. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And Boston with some changes. Brown, he's checked in for Horford. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. And the Bulls also making a change. Zach LaVine, he's checked in for Dosunmu. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. The Bulls making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Here's D. He's got 13. D. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. White, the pass to Porzingis. Porzingis punishing inside.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Horford, he's checked in for Boston. And the latest update on All-Star voting. Not much time left. Only a couple more days to cast your ballot.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Some of these players are sweating it out.
Fan voting has placed him all the way up at the number 3 spot in the East.
I mean, who isn't going to vote for this guy? He's had a stellar season so far.
It's shaping up to be a terrific All-Star weekend. More news to come as we receive it. It's stolen by Holiday. And here's Brown for 3. Big hit from outside. Jaylen Brown.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Bulls trail by 7. White looking it over. Pass to D. Williams, a screen on Brown. D. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Brown, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
To the inside. And stolen by Brown. 1:36 left to play in the first half. Porzingis with a screen on LaVine. Brown passes to White. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. And there's Brown. That one's good. On the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Chicago making a switch here. Giddey's checked in. And now a look at the toughest defenses around the league. Number 1, the Bulls.
Without a doubt, the best defensive team in the league this season. Forget about any other stats, steals, blocks, whatever. It comes down to limiting points. And so far, nobody's been better at holding their opponents in check. And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Back to Horford. To the middle. Brown can't hit.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Here's D, defended by Brown. Right side, Williams. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
29 seconds left in the second period. Boston shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw, no good.
If you want to talk about a high-value veteran, Al Horford is your guy. I mean, he's been around the block and has a ton of wisdom to share with younger guys.
Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Chicago. Ball comes in for White. Pulls it from the corner, and again, it's Chicago.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
Williams against Brown. Horford outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
The officials were right on top of that one.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. No good on that one. Chicago making a switch here. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front. They lead by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot drumline. Their measurement of the shot. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Thanks for being with us. First off, how about we start with an update on the All-Star voting? The talent level here is off the charts. If there was a studio show All-Star vote, who do you think would be on top?
Your bow ties would win, Ernie. A landslide.
So inanimate objects qualify. Okay.
Well, then I vote for Shaq.
Watch out, Kenny, or I'll make you an inanimate object.
And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
They're letting that team fire away from deep, and it's not doing them any favors. Something got to change, Jet.
Yeah, hard to win when you're giving guys all day to shoot.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boston leading by 3, and the Celtics far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
On the court for Chicago, White and Levine pair up in the backcourt. Patrick Williams out there with Drew Eubanks. and it's D in at the 3. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, they're usually Bulls fans sprinkled into every crowd.
Both shots good from the strike. And the 2024 NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. RJ capturing banner number 18.
Yeah, the most titles in NBA history, breaking that tie that they had with the Lakers. And trust me, that one stings a little bit for them. Somehow they're going to have to make room for another one of those banners up in the rafters. And Brown is a talented scorer who also excels at drawing fouls.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And we've watched Brown blossom into a talented scorer, someone who's capable of shouldering that entire offensive load.
And a strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Outside Brown. Here's D. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Celtics lead by 5. Back to Tatum. Over Williams. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. And a pass break now for the Bulls. Eubanks the screen. This one for 3. D gets the bucket. D's got 25 points in the game.
Showing off those playmaking skills. Levine keeps his head up, makes the easy play.
Outside Tatum. Takes it inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That's going to go on Drew Eubanks.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
Here's D. Brown with some nice D. And White has got the ball here for Boston. They've led by as much as 10. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Pelicans at Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. Here's D. The shot goes as the ref calls the blocking foul. And he's on his way to the line.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let it roll.
Chicago shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Shooting for Chicago, number 98, a line for 1.
So it's Boston now. 3-point lead. Holiday up top. He's guarded by White. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Here's D. No good. That would have tied it. Boston leading by 3. Tatum with it. Guarded now by Williams. Count that bucket. Tatum's got 18.
The defense must be aware of where Tatum is, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
It's stolen by Holiday. Porzingis with it. Eubanks is there. Porzingis misses. Bulls trail by 5. Outside White. Pass to Eubanks. To the paint. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
Oh, I love how committed Holiday is. Even with the contact, he finds a way to capitalize.
Outside White. Here's D. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Levine. Rebound Boston. Tatum from long range. D pulls it in. D's got 7 rebounds in the game. Levine finds White. Out to the wing. The 3 is up. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's tipped. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
It looks now like he's in a lot of pain. They call timeout, and the trainer's going to have a chance to check him out.
Boston making a switch here. Horford's checked in. And the Bulls making a change here. The Bulls trail by 7. From the arc. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. All right, let's use this break in the action to see which small forwards have been shooting it with consistency over the last 10 games. Jaylen Brown is second.
And this group does a great job of staying in attack mode. I mean, you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of shooting percentage.
That's true, but they can also fill it up from outside. This is a group that can score from anywhere on the floor.
They've got numbers. And there's a whistle. That goes on Talen Horton-Tucker. That's his 3rd foul so far.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Pass to Brown. On the wing, Tatum. From deep. Blocked.
The D has to respect his range. He made 2 in the first half, and he's capable of draining even more here in the second.
Just 5 on the clock. Porzingis with a screen on Williams. And the basket by Brown.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Holiday passes to Tatum. Holiday with the ball. He's got 11. Brown. Williams grabs the board. Here's D. Pass to Dosunmu. The kick out to Ball. Beyond the arc. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback. Now just a 5-point Boston lead.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
Here's Holiday. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Horford passes to Brown. Right side Tatum. Shoots from 14. And it's Dosunmu with the rebound. Chicago has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the 3rd quarter. How about the grit of Ayo Dosunmu? You see it in his hustle play, but also his work ethic, RJ.
Yes, he continues to improve, B.A. The coach is training him to be shot ready. That's down and low. He's upping his volume and efficiency from long range.
Now here's Brown. 15 points in the game. For 3. Chicago with a rebound. D's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Can't tie it up. That one misses. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Brown. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Pass to D for the lead. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Tatum drills the 3.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
To the wing on the left. Here's D from about 19. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Celtics out in front, leading by just 2. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Almost an entire new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. Brown comes in for Hauser. White, he's checked in for Horford. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. Coach told them to adjust on defense, saying they're calling it tight right now. We can keep the same effort, but less reaching in and all that. Don't let them beat us at the line. Send it back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Out of bounds, it'll be Bulls ball.
Chicago ball.
Bulls leading by 7. Here's D. The Bulls need to get off a shot. And again, no good by Chicago.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
And down it goes. 2 points.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
And stolen by Brown. Inside. Here's Tatum. The shot that time not on target. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's D. He's guarded by White. And they get it back. Eubanks, the pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's D. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 8 rebounds in the game. Shot from 16, and he nails the jumper. And now just a 3-point Bulls lead.
It is the sheer confidence of Tatum, ready to put his team on his back.
D can't get it to go.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
The kick out to White. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. To tie it up. D pulls it in. D's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Pass to White. Here's D. And here is Williams. Here's D. Sends it home from three-point land. D's got 41.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. There's 53 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Tatum from long range. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
questionable shot selection in that three. Not really helping as they try and narrow the deficit.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Team is in the penalty. Shooting for Chicago.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tatum. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it to the wing, right side. Porzingis passes to Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Williams. Brown can't hit. And so here is Chicago. Here's D. And he banks in the layup. D's got 43 points.
You know, I think this guy just loves the game of basketball. The preparation, the interaction with his teammates. He has fun out there on the floor.
White with the steal. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
And that'll do it, folks. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Great win tonight, MP. Good job, MP. I see.
our next All-Star is MP. No surprise there. This guy's really turning it on the first half of the season, having an amazing season so far.
And the cool thing is, like, he's been especially good when he goes up against other stars.
And you can tell he's got those games circled on his calendar. And I, for one, am proud to call him a brother.
I'm sorry, is he marrying your other sister?
The NBA brotherhood, Toby. You know, the thing that me
Different
and
brotherhood.
Russ are that you will never be in for as long as you live.
Right. Yes, thank you for bringing it up again.
Anyway, back to MP. This guy's a stud. And I fully expect him to lead a deep playoff run.
Yeah, and he should be pretty fun at All-Star Weekend, too, because this dude, he knows how to put on a show.
True.
they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, shine like this. And a matter of time I spent was in the back of the blocked on wrist. See my dreams unfold, nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game, and I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you gotta see it with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she tryna bless me like I said I do. Like a sneeze, please for them get green. Never let them get in between of what we started. Look, but I'm lying hearted. They love me when I was stuck in their head, and when I departed, I go and get it regardless. Draw it like I'm an artist. I'm crawling, we're straight to walking with foreigns, and my garages are foreign. Anything for $1, they tell me get him, I got it. I did it without an album. I did it with Mariah. Look, I'm on fire. Icy as a hockey ring, Philly, flying. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking spot. You ain't talking about money, then what you talking about? Moving silent, and I don't talk a lot. I don't say a word. Was on my grind, and now I got what I deserve. Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented? Flexing on it, some like Papa on the spinach. Double M, that's my team.
I don't